Yo, what is up, 2K family? 2K Mechanic back with another video for you guys, and we're gonna do something a little special in this video. We're gonna talk about builder secrets and tips, just to kind of help you guys that are new to the builder, some key thresholds, just some keys to kind of help you build how you want to build. Now, a lot of you guys are using some of my builds as templates, which is great, but in this video I want to kind of show you how to kind of make it unique, make your build unique to you and what you like to do versus just copying my builds verbatim. You kind of use my builds as a template. All right, real quick, y'all, man. In my next video, I'm gonna have to delete this perimeter lockdown. This is one of my first perimeter lockdowns I made before the whole glitchy stuff came out, man. And I'm sad to see him go, but I'm making another center build for season 4. I'll show a video on that a little bit later today. But we got to make space, I'm out of space, and I'll probably make another profile, but I won't have any VC on that profile, so we're gonna have to delete something. And the P-Lock gotta go, man. I already got my 2A mid-range shooter build, and that's pretty much the same build 6-7, so we can replace this build. But I just hate losing VC, man. I'm like a lot of y'all, man. I spent VC on this build. Got him at small forward, but I gotta get him up out of there. My 2A tempo push, I can't let this build go. This is my first build, 6-6, unique build. Does everything I want him to do. Yeah, I'm not letting him go. 92 driving dunk on this build too. Nah, can't let this one go. So it got to be my P-Lock, y'all. So all right, first things first. This is that center build I'm gonna show y'all. First things first, I want to say thank you to all the new subs and returning subs. I appreciate you guys. You guys do a lot for the channel, which is even watching the video, liking the videos, and commenting on the videos. I really appreciate that. And then for the new people that just coming in and viewing my channel for the first time, consider giving us a sub. We post daily on this channel, and if I miss a day, then that following day I try to post double to make up for that, or however many. All right, so let's get into it. Let's make a let's see, it don't really matter. We can go in the middle, we can go small forward. Stats don't really matter. Let's see next week. All right, yeah, all this stuff don't really matter. I just want to get into the building and talk to you guys real quick. All right, so let's talk a little bit. So first thing I'm gonna tell you is we're gonna go over attributes that cost the most, right? Things that are gonna be the most expensive when you're making your build, right? So when it comes to finishing, drive and dunk is gonna cost you the most, right? So we start off at, all right, so we're gonna start vertical, yeah. So, and the reason why drive and dunk, all right, so we're starting off at 25, right? So the reason why drive and dunk costs so much is because it takes 2 stats with it automatically. So once you get above, once you get above that 40, .46, right? You start to see your driving layup start to come up, and your vertical come up as well. So when you do drive and dunk, whether you're doing it on a guard build or even a big build, usually if you're doing it on a center build, your drive and dunk is going to be limited to probably 80 and below, depending on your height and your wingspan. So you'll probably have your standing dunk pretty high. But this drive and dunk costs a lot. As you can see, as I take the drive and dunk up, driving layup and vertical goes up as well. And vertical is another stat that costs a lot. That's just how 2K has it programmed in the next gen builder. Vertical is gonna cost you a lot. So let's just say we small forward. We just want to do 84. So 84, let's talk about some of the thresholds real quick. So 84 is a threshold for you to get contact dunks, pro contact dunks. You need a 70 vertical off of one leg, I think, to get pro contact dunks. And you need a 75 for one leg and 2 leg pro contact dunks, right? You go tick up 85 here. This will unlock your elite. I think it's your elite alley contact dunks. And then I think it's certain packages that gets unlocked at 85 driving dunk. And then 86, if you're a small guard, unlock small contact dunk, which is my favorite dunks in the game. And then 88 unlocks a Michael Jordan dunk package. And then I think after that, like a 92 unlocks all the elite contact dunks that you need. But as you can see here, 72, 92, right? And if you do 92, you're going to need 80 vert. All right. And if you're doing a PG, you're going to need 85 vert for the small contact dunks. And remember, I told you vertical is expensive, so you'll have to sacrifice somewhere else. All right. So that's just telling you, you know, driving dunk and vert are some of the most expensive stats in the game. All right. So close shot. So close shot is tied to mid range. So, but you could take your close shot up without having to take a mid range. But the, let's see. Yeah. So what I would like for like close shot, as you can see, if you press R1, it'll tell you what, that's another tip. You press R1 will tell you what that specific attribute contributes to. So as we can see here, you see mouse in the house, fast twitch, put back balls. What's the other one? It's a badge I use all the time. Pro touch, right? So you start to take this up a little bit, and then some of the other badges it helps with depending on your height. So it's kind of what's the word I want to use? It's kind of blurred out on because you can't get Giant Slayer. So, but this close shot does help with Giant Slayer, and it looks like post hooks as well. So yeah, so you want to bring this up. I think the sweet spot for close shot, if you're not a big, will probably be 75. 75 will give you fast twitch. Like for instance, when I say you're not a big, let's say you're a guard, right? So if you guys seen, like, some of the best guards are 5'10" to make, because you get so many different badges, right? And the cost of it is not as heavy as some of your taller guards or taller players, right? So this would be a good threshold for close shot, primarily because you get the grace under pressure silver, and you get the fast twitch on gold. Now let's see, we take this up a little bit. How far will we have to take it for it to cost 4? Yeah, see, once you start getting up, you'll have to go all the way up to 93, which is recommended for a big. 93 is the best threshold for a big, because this will give you fast twitch Hall of Fame, and also give you grace under pressure. See, grace under pressure on Hall of Fame. Although I think grace under pressure, depending on how much you like to mash. If you like a real masher, then you want this Hall of Fame. But I do good with it on gold. The most important badge between the two, grace under pressure and fast twitches, is fast twitch. So I would say if you're not running big, you could put this at a 75. If you want to, because I've seen a lot of guards that go in the paint, they'll do a spin move, big a jump, and then they go up with the ball because they got some fast twitch on silver or gold. It definitely works. So 75 would be the threshold for anything other than the big. And if you really want to mash, in the 93. All right, so driving layup, the only reason you would have your driving layup up is not because driving layup is dope, because you'll get blocked a lot unless you're small. And the way you don't get blocked a lot, if you're small, since this is a big, it doesn't have it, but Giant Slayer helps. You got to be 6'5" or lower for Giant Slayer. But Giant Slayer definitely help you for not getting blocked. Fearless Finisher, if you just like want those contact layups, like there's certain layups where you put in your body and you go into low motion. I know that because on my 6'5" two-way shot creator, I have a 87 driving layup, and I run Fearless Finisher on silver. So just, if a guy's there, if he isn't there, then I could just get into the body, and I know how to time my layups just because I made that build crazy. It only has like a 40 driving dunk. So I use, Acrobat and everything. So if you're gonna do driving layup, and then also at an 84 driving layup, you get slithery finisher. So this will help you kind of get to the paint and finish easier. So, but if you're gonna use driving layup, if you want to be like a layup king, I don't advise just only layup. I think you need at least to get like a 70, or if you're gonna do driving layups, get a 65 driving dunk. Not 65, a 74 driving dunk, 75 driving dunk, 75, because it unlocks some dunks. Get a 75 driving dunk with the layup, then you'll be OP. Like you'll be able to finish, you'll be able to dunk, you'll be able to spin, you'll be able to put moves, and then you put that with a 75 close shot. You can be real glitchy, no matter the height, right? So the other thing is, yeah, we'll take that down because I drive it down. But yeah, so you want driving layup, 87 is probably as high as I would go on that one, right? All right, standing dunk, it doesn't go as high. You want 40. 40 gives you two-hand standing dunks, and then 45 gives you one-hand standing dunks. Me personally, I like 40 because I don't really like the one-hand dunks. I like the standing two-hand dunks, so I think that's a 40. And then the vertical requirement is pretty low, so you gotta worry about that. Let's take this vertical down. All right, so outside of that, you bring it up to 90, right? Bring it up to 90, especially if you're on the big. Because realistically, like I know a lot of you guys worry about standing dunk and elite contact dunks, but I promise you, 70% of the time you will not get standing contact dunks like that. Like you will not get the standing contact dunks. You might get a standing dunk, but very rarely will you get standing contact dunks. 70% of the time it don't happen. So especially if there's a big in there, it's not happening. So standing dunk 90, or you can go low with it. It's really not too much in between. But the key thing with standing dunk is rise up. But you also get fast twitch. So 75 gives you fast twitch, but I think close shot is cheaper than standing dunk, so prefer to get a close shot for fast twitch. All right, post control. So a lot of people, I don't really think back down Punisher is dope. I think the best badge for post control is drop stepper and then dream shake right behind it. Post spin technician isn't that great. Back down Punisher is okay. But you're not really backing people down. You probably want to back them a little bit just to show that, you might give them a drop step, or you might give them a dream shake into a fade or a hook shot or something like that. So the threshold is like, I'll put it at like a 78. If I'm running on a smaller guard, then maybe like a 71 or something like that, just because of the dream shake. I want that dream shake if I'm fading, not really the drop stepper or the back down Punisher. And the dream shake will cost you 4, but I think dream shake, let's see, yeah, it'll cost you 2 silver, but silver you could probably do pretty good on that. It's either I'll go 78 or 82. That's most of my builds you guys seen, I either do 78 or 72. And in some builds, 78 will unlock post score take, but 82 definitely unlocks post score take. All right, mid range. That's all your personal preference. Mid range, so you can shoot pretty good mid range in the 70s. If you're gonna fade a little bit, I would say a 75 and up. So but mainly mid range is for like if you want to shoot some of those difficult shots, or if you can't get a 93 ball and you get a high mid range, you can take that to get Hall of Fame sniper. 3-point shot. Most of my builds have like a 77 and up. I have like my point guards are the only builds that really have over an 83, because if it's not a point guard, I'm usually running lock with it, or some type of variation of lock. Then it's going to be like a 77, 76, 77, 78, or 79 on my new lock build. But you can green pretty consistently with a 77, a 75 really. So, because I was at 75 greening, even at 74. So you can green with a under 73 ball, especially if you have sniper. But as you can see, Deadeye silver, so 76 is probably what you want. So as you can see, catch and shoot, 77 gives you silver. These are thresholds. 76 on the 3-ball gives you Deadeye silver. Corner specialist is also tied to your 3-ball. 78 gives it to you on gold. Limitless spot up is also tied to your 3-ball. And stop and pop is tied to your 3-ball. So I think everything else is pretty much tied to your mid-range or mid-range and your 3-ball. So your Circus 3s is also tied to your 3-ball, of course. And I think Chef is also tied to your 3-ball. All right, so yeah, so the thresholds is like anything under 74, even a 73 you can shoot at the corner is pretty good. 73 through 80 you could shoot pretty decently. 80 and above, I think 80 is a threshold for a 3-point to shoot really good. And then once you get to like an 86 through an 88, you can shoot. That green window is really expanded and you'll be good. But then when you hit 90 lets you just shoot really good and from deeper, in my opinion. All right, free throw, as I said, you only really need a 70 free throw. That's why I say most of my builds have a low free throw. Unless you get fouled a lot, then you might want to put it up a little bit depending on how you do. And also, I don't know if I said this, but 3-point is also expensive. 3-point is tied to your mid-range and your mid-range is tied to your close shot. So as you bring this 3-point up, your mid-range will follow and so will your close shot. So pretty much 3-point is probably the most expensive stat and is also the heaviest as far as expensive as far as VC, and also it has probably one of the heaviest burdens in the builder system. All right, free throw is pretty cheap. I think free throw is the cheapest attribute. And the other thing is when you start to take that free throw above 71, you see that mid-range start to creep up as well. So regardless of whatever, people talking about, some person commented on my video, why'd you take the mid-range so high? Take the mid-range off. That's impossible. You put your free throw up, it's gonna go up. You put your 3-point up, it's gonna go up. So it's impossible not to have mid-range if you have any shooting, right? All right. So pass accuracy. Pass accuracy is pretty good. I don't go any lower than 70 on the pass accuracy. And if you're big, you don't want to go any lower than 71 because you want this break starter at least gold and you want that silver bullet at a minimum. The next threshold would be, for me, it's like a 75, 76. So the thing with pass accuracy is, like I said before, pass accuracy affects how well you pass the ball and also how well somebody can receive the ball off your pass. So the lower your pass accuracy, like for instance, I know some people with low pass accuracies on a big, they just wanted that gold break starters. So a lot of those outlet passes they throw, even if you have like gold glue hands, you might be fumbling. You know what I mean? So, your bigs, you might want to get that at 80 and above. So pass accuracy is pretty key on this game. All right. So 80 gives you a break starter Hall of Fame. And then 82 is usually a threshold to give you an additional playmaking badge. And then 85 is pretty much a threshold to get gold bullet. Hold on. And 80, also 80 you get post playmaker for only 5. 82 costs, make sure post playmaker costs only 4. So that's the key things in pass accuracy. Ball handle is pretty good. So pretty much for ball handle are the thresholds, like handles for days is an 83 gold. Hyperdrive is an 84 gold. Quick first step is 80 speed with ball. On this build, I don't get 80 speed with ball, but 80 speed with ball is quick first step gold. Tight handles is probably one of the best playmaking badges. 80 gives you gold and so forth and so on. So those are pretty much your key things. Glue hands is pretty cheap. You get your ball handle to at least 67, you'll get at least gold. So yeah, that's pretty much everything And then also, you got your threshold 75, 80, 85 for your dribble styles of dribble animation. So speed with ball 75 is kind of a threshold to get certain dribble styles, like the quick dribble style. You want to dribble, so a lot of people try to get that 75 speed with ball. All right, so interior defense. So there's a couple thresholds for this one. So 76 allows you to get interior defense gold. Brick wall helps with players trying to back you down and also setting screens. So as you can see, the thresholds on the screen: 88 for gold brick wall, 95 for Hall of Fame, right? So as you can see here, you press R1, you can see what all impacts interior defense. So yeah, so pretty much brick wall, tireless defender, post lockdown. All right, so perimeter defense. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick nugget on perimeter defense. All right, so on bigs, I usually probably run, I try to maybe get it to like a 40 or a 50 because I want that hustler, right? Go hustler is OP, so I recommend you guys try to get it to hustler. So perimeter defense on a perimeter type build, you want to get this to 70, 78 or 76 is where you can get silver clamps, right? 78 or 77 is where you get menace silver. I don't run menace, so I don't really focus on the menace stat. But 80 will have you moving a little bit better laterally. Then the next step is 85. Then they give you gold clamps. Then the next step is 87. That gives you gold clamps for 4. 88 gives you Pick Dodger Hall of Fame. And then when you start getting 90 and above, you start to move faster laterally. Once you get to 90, 95, 94, 95, you'll be moving really good. And then 99, your lateral quickness will be OP, right? And I always say clamps and all that stuff like that goes hand in hand with your strength. So one thing I didn't tell you guys is your strength is tied to your interior defense. So as you see, as my strength goes up, oh yeah, hold on, let me show you. Let's look at some of the stuff that's tied to it. All right. So as I go over above 50, that directly impacts my strength. All right. So perimeter defense, what went up with your perimeter defense? So as your perimeter defense is also a costly stat. So as you can see, perimeter defense is probably one of the most expensive stats for defense. So as you can see, my steal went up, my speed went up, and my acceleration went up, all in conjunction with my perimeter defense. All right. So steal is by itself. So usually people say 90 threshold for steal so you can get that Hall of Fame interceptor. Now we have received a nerf to interceptor in my experience with the badge so far. I'll probably do a video on it. So the lunging animations are reduced, the auto steals are non-existent, and you have to time it a little bit better. And you need to be in good position and time it a little bit better to get the actual steal. So I'm actually seeing a lot more. It used to be automatic, you'll get the steal. I'm seeing a lot more deflections versus receptions on the steal. So, and then another thing with the steal, so this is a 2K mechanic thing. I think that, oh yeah. Also the 90 steal allows you to reach and not get stuck. Like it doesn't give you bad reach and bad reach animations to where you can't recover from it. 90 is a threshold to where you can reach and still get back to the ball handler so you can contest them off a shot or something like that. All right, so what I wanted to say was pickpocket. So pickpocket gold. All right, so 87, 86 is where you get it. 88 is where you can get it for 4, right? 80 allows you to get interceptor for 4. Take it lower, it'll cost you 5. 78 is where you get it gold. All right, so the thing I want to tell you about pickpocket, I've been noticing recently with the new patch, Pickpocket gold, you have to be in absolute great position to go for that reach. They're calling a lot more fouls on gold pickpocket. And I've ran gold pickpocket on a lot of my builds, and I didn't get as many fouls as I'm seeing now, right? So you have to be really careful now on gold. On half of my builds, I have Hall of Fame. So that means I have like a 95, 96 steal. And I'm getting better steals without as much fouling on ball. So the higher you get the steal and your badge rating, the more successful your steals are, and also the less fouls you get, right? So that's why I told you guys 99 in my lockdown video. All right, block is tied to itself, but with I don't know what to say. Yeah, so with 81, so the thresholds for block. So if you run a small guards, you definitely want 57. I don't know why you guys don't put 57 block, because you want that intimidator, chase down artist. If you're 6'5" and above, you'll get rim protector. 6'5" and 6'4" and below, you get intimidator, chase down. You definitely want those, right? And block, in my opinion, not block. Yeah, but block. Yeah. So it's 57. I think what I'm talking about is rebound. All right. So the higher your vertical, the more height you're gonna get on those blocks, right? That's just my opinion. All right, 65 is the next threshold. It gives you Intimidator Silver. 70 is the next threshold because it gives you a Chase Down Artist on Silver. And then 75, I think, gives you Rim Protector on Silver. So, yeah. So then after that, then you'll look at a 78. This gives you Chase Down Artist on Gold, which is dope. And then after 78, 88, right? 88 is the next, or 81 is the next threshold. As you can see here, gives you Intimidator on Gold, which is good. Then the next one is 88. That'll give you Rim Protector Gold and Chase Down Artist on Hall of Fame. And then the next one after that is 95. All right, so rebound. So you take your, rebound and defensive rebound, it goes hand in hand. So if you take your defensive rebound up, you got to take your offensive rebound up as well. All right, so this video is getting a little too long, and the higher your so rebound is tied to your attribute, your badge level, and then also vertical to a lesser degree, but your vertical also helps with defensive rebound. But really, your attribute level and your badge level is what allows you to kind of enable that vert. All right, so now we get to the physicals. So speed, you definitely want your speed up pretty good. This helps with your, speed with, not speed with ball, but it helps with just without the ball, moving fast without the ball. So you definitely want your speed as high as you can get it. And here's the thing, we'll talk about acceleration. So acceleration helps with your speed with ball. But the data that I have, acceleration also helps with, and some people may disagree, but acceleration helps with recovery speed. Like if you get screened or you're playing defense, if you have a low acceleration, like say if you had a 77 versus like an 84, you'll definitely know distance. I noticed the difference from an 80 to an 85, right? So and the reason I notice is I have like 4 lockdown builds, right? I had a lockdown. My perimeter lock has an 80 acceleration. My first lock has like an 84 acceleration, and my last lock has an 86 acceleration. And my guard has 90 acceleration. Big difference, even with the size disparity between it, because most of them are min weight. Big difference in recovery speed. Big difference is going down, and then also going down the court like you playing rec. There's a big difference from a 75 or 77 and an 85 acceleration. Like for instance, if like say they get a steal and you up top, and they got a guard, a little guard up top. I don't care what your speed is. Like you can have 80, 85 speed. And if that guard has 90 speed and 80 acceleration, that guard is going to get to that corner fast and shoot faster than you can get to that corner if you have a low acceleration. That's just my experience. It helps with you getting to, I always felt like it helps you get to your top speed faster. But if you come out here with a 77 and you try to and you and a guard start at the same position off of, let's say, like a turnover, that guard is going to get to that corner faster than you get to that corner and get a shot off. That's just my experience. All right. So strength is good. It helps with a lot of different things. It helps with defense. You know, you get a lot of bump animations. It helps with the back down. So strength, as you can see up top, determines who wins a contact battle and helps dictate how successful a player will be when backing down or back down in the post, both with and without ball. So strength helps with clamps. Strength helps with interior defense. I don't know about driving, dunking, and all that stuff like that, but for me, strength is really good for defense. So I run my strength pretty high on my goal, pretty much all my builds, as high as I can get it. All right, vertical is pretty good, but you need other stats to enable it. So you need a good rebound to enable it. Like, you can have a high vertical. If your defensive rebound is low, you still won't barely get off the ground. It's just my experience. So you need to have other stats and other badges to kind of help enable your vertical. And then also vertical is very expensive. I would say speed is probably the most expensive, then vertical. I think stamina is the least expensive. Then I would say acceleration, then strength, and then stamina. All right, I think stamina is probably the most least expensive stat. All right, I went over a lot in this video. Sorry for the long video. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some tips and tricks to kind of help you with the builder for all my new people making new builds. I hope these tips help. And I know I went longer than what I wanted to, but yeah, a lot to go over in this builder system. All right, hope you guys liked the video. Catch you guys on the next video. 2K Mechanic signing out. Peace, y'all.